So the Dolan twins rose to relevancy in around 2013 on the now dead social media platform Vine. At the time of them popping off, Ethan and Grayson were only 14 years old, so their fame on Vine and also YouTube resulted in them at a really, really young age dropping out of school and moving to LA to pursue social media full time. So when most teens are out there living their lives, hanging out with friends, hating school, the usual trials and tribulations of someone being in their teen years, obviously as Ethan and Grayson were in their teen years, they were growing and maturing also, but they were doing it with the audience of millions of people watching them. Now, although the idea of making content for millions of people and in turn receiving millions of dollars pretty much sounds like a dream that hardly any people will experience within their lifetime, the unfortunate reality is having such a big audience at such a young age does take a mental toll on someone. And this is seen to be very true in the case of the Dolan twins, as seen through the plenty of social media posts they've made over the years in regard to their mental health and their struggles. An extremely high contributing factor to how Ethan and Grayson got to where they did was their looks. I don't think that's controversial. I'm pretty sure it's just a fact. Anyway, so as a result of that, obviously Ethan and Grayson were in their teen years, and as a teenager, it's not uncommon to get acne. And when Ethan Dolan got acne, he was dragged against the hot coals of the internet for it, which is someone in the spotlight, let alone someone who's a developing teenager, must have been so unbelievably difficult. So as of today in 2023, the Dolan twins have pretty much ghosted the internet, having posted their last YouTube video on their Dolan twins YouTube channel on December 30, 2020. They still did continue posting online for a little bit though. They posted on their Instagrams and also their podcast channel, Deeper with the Dolan twins, up until May of 2021. So that was over 2 years ago, and apart from an appearance on Jeanette McCurdy's podcast, the twins really haven't done anything on social media, and both being quite young with a still very dominant fan base, to leave the internet, there is a lot of mystery surrounding where they've kind of gone and what happened. So there have been other creators who have made posts in regard to the Dolan twins leaving the internet. One of the top comments on most of those posts is that they ended up leaving the internet because of their dad passing away. So if anyone who didn't know, Ethan and Grayson's father, Sean Dolan, died of cancer when they were only 19, which I think to lose a parent earlier on in life, because I would say at the age of 19 to lose a parent is still somewhat earlier on in life, is really tragic. But their father passing away, I think maybe potentially caused a flick of a switch in their brain. It was really clear as well, Ethan and Grayson had a really strong relationship with their dad, but I think them living in LA, because they're originally from New Jersey, living so far away from their family and missing all that time with their dad, I don't think that's illogical for me to say that it probably took quite a toll on them and resulted in them realizing some things. So something surrounding their dad passing away, which is something I want to talk about, which I think to an extent probably was one of the reasons as well that they ended up leaving the internet. So the twins took a break from social media, obviously, to mourn their father when he passed away, and a bunch of what I can only describe as idiots attempted to make a meetup where they would crash the funeral of Ethan and Grayson's dad. I still can't comprehend under what universe potentially someone could ever think that that would be a good idea, but I did do some research in regards to the situation. So the twins tweeted out and said, please do not come, which they shouldn't have even had to do in the first place, but there was an Instagram account made, and some of the posts, like I'll read them to you. Hey guys, so I know a lot of you are wondering when Sean's funeral is and where it will be located. They haven't posted the obituary yet, but I'm sure they will because I called the funeral home. Of course the twins will be there, and so will Cameron. Please be respectful if you're going to the funeral. I will be posting the obituary as soon as the funeral home posts it. Please be respectful. Meet them and take pictures after. I will be there. I am buying a plane ticket to New Jersey. The twins need our support. Please be respectful. If you're going to the funeral, please DM me and we can meet up and go together. I will update you all soon. It's concerning to me that this is likely someone a bit older, because obviously they are booking a plane ticket to crash this. And then we have, hey guys, so here's the plan if you're on the Sean Dolan funeral list meetup. 1. Meet up at McDonald's all together. 2. Get ready in my hotel room. 3. Head to the funeral. 4. Pay our respects to Sean by going up to his casket and holding his hand. Please cry. 5. Hug the twins, Cameron, mum, family. 6. Speak with the twins after meeting, taking pictures, etc. I can genuinely not understand or comprehend who would possibly think that's a good idea. It is really unclear whether this went ahead. I don't believe it did, thank God, but I do hope the person who made these posts got the mental health help that they clearly needed. But even the threat of something potentially like this happening on a day as serious as that is just, I just can't as well comprehend under what universe did these people think that they would be welcomed at the funeral. These people are just clearly really, really immature. So obviously these instances I've spoken about, I don't believe they are the sole reason for the twins leaving, because in the podcast with Jeanette McCurdy, they did speak about how there have been instances which have been worse than that they are legally not able to speak of, which these things they haven't spoke about, quote, traumatize them to another level. The appearance on Jeanette's podcast is the last official social media post they kind of did, but I did watch that and I did get a few things from that podcast. There's some points that I got from the podcast is, first off, the twins really felt their growth was stunted by being in the spotlight. And a point they did speak of in the podcast is, obviously because they're young people do stupid things, like you're constantly maturing, is that they would post something and then 6 months later look back on it and be like, oh my god, that's extremely cringe, and want to delete it, which, to be honest, me. But from listening to their podcast, pretty much the reason that they left is due to their mental health and also the interruption that social media had on their development. Ethan did say something on the podcast, and this is a direct quote: "I will continue to do what I do, I just got to figure out how to do that." So obviously that quote is extremely revealing in terms of, obviously the Dolan twins are probably going to return. Obviously, as they said, they say things 6 months later they cringe, so we really don't know. But since they appeared on that podcast, I do have some updates for you in regard to kind of what's happening and what they're sort of up to. So the first thing is Ethan and Grayson sold their house that they purchased in LA. That was a news article, which honestly, that is not a shock whatsoever. I think it would be more of a shock if a YouTuber ghosted everyone and remained living in LA. And look, it's technically not officially known where they live now, but if I had to guess, I would probably say that they're back in their hometown in New Jersey. So people have seen them in Publix, people have shared story times on TikTok, and also like photos of them that they've sneakily taken. The comments on these posts are extremely divided. You have half the people being like, oh my god, crazy, and then the other half of people being like, you shouldn't post it. And look, I don't like paparazzi, but I think if you're going to put so much effort into building an audience, and that audience for the majority is a lot of teenagers and younger people, I think especially as well that they made literally millions of dollars from their audience, which obviously, like, who wouldn't if you were in that position? I would say I think people wanting updates of them is reasonable. So there have been a couple of clips of the twins which have been posted on TikTok, like this one. And there's also some TikTok girl who's absolutely obsessed with them, which every time there's a sighting of them, she posts them on TikTok along with her face of like, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count 'em. Which are okay. They pretty much look the same, so no revolutionary updates in terms of the photos. I am quite surprised that there's not more photos of them online than there is. With the amount of fans the twins have, like, surely every single time they go into public they encounter someone. I'm going to assume they probably don't go out that much, and I guess if you're in a small town, everyone's probably used to seeing them every single day and it's just like normal. There was something on TikTok as well a couple years ago where Ethan came to Australia with his girlfriend Christina, and everyone was just like, whoa, he's at a Westfield, this is crazy, like. Which, by the way, Christina, who is Ethan's girlfriend, continues to post on social media. According to Google, she's a social media influencer. She has like 150,000 followers, which, okay, I don't know whether to feel bad for this girl or not, but every single time the top comment on her post is, where is Ethan or Grayson? Are you and Ethan still together? Or something relating to the Dolan twins, which I'm sure for her is so freaking annoying, but she does respect Ethan and Grayson by not posting them on social media. And as for what Ethan and Grayson are kind of doing to keep themselves busy-ish, they have an apparel line called Positivity Apparel, which they do with their sister, and if you click on the link in their like Instagram bio, or you click on the Positivity Apparel link, the merch is still available online. And also that account was posting until the very end of last year, which I'm honestly not too sure how much momentum that has, but I guess that's still something. And that's pretty much the updates on the Dolan twins. So thank you very much for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, as it really does help my channel. So yeah.